Hey guys, Rimjaner here. I'm going to be bringing you another cast. This is going to be a Zerg versus Protoss on the map Daybreak. This is one of the new maps. I love this map actually for any matchup. Actually, it's pretty scary against in the late game, but early game this is a great map for Zerg. And with Zerg, you really don't want to get to the late game because obviously, as we know, a lot of other armies, Protoss and Terran, are much stronger than Zerg armies in the late game. So what we want to do is not get to the late game, even though this is not I would say a late game favorite map, just because there are so many ramps and things, but it is a larger map, which is good. The 4 expansions here are very easy to hold as Zerg, as they are pretty far from the Protoss base. And there's a lot of... this is a great map for mutas, essentially. And I don't normally pull my drones to kill Protoss probes, but because this is a one spawn base and he can't block my natural, I did pull all my drones to kill that probe. I think it was definitely worth it. And I will put down my natural at 16 like normal. When I do have an overlord here, I kind of vary my build order yet. I'll build an overlord, I'll build a 17th drone first, then an overlord at 17, and then one zergling at 18, and then my second zergling and a queen at when the next overlord hatches. Just because unless he actually decides to put down a pylon, you don't really need to have that zergling up early. You might need it to kill the third base. Alright, so I'm gonna this game isn't gonna differ really. It's gonna be a normal Stephano's Roach build, essentially trying to drone up as hard as possible, play the macro game, and then transition later, because this map isn't really the greatest for roaches, I guess, because there are a lot of small corridors like this, and when you do fight at the ramps, especially this one, or even this corridor here, or that ramp, the Protoss player does have a very large advantage when they do have a lot of Colossus. And I do find that it is sometimes tough to snipe Colossus. It is hard to kill all the Colossus, and that is what is a really big part of this this type of build, is not letting your opponent get too many Colossus, because once there is 6 Colossus, it doesn't really matter how fast you can reinforce roaches. Until you transition into enough Corruptors, you will be essentially roasted. And essentially, if you don't have Corruptors in time, it is tough to transition properly, and there could just be one strong Colossus push, and the Protoss player can essentially just end the game right there. Alright, so when I do build my first queen, the queen will inject on the hatchery, then move down to the second. So this is my first queen here. He injected, and he's going to move down to the second. My second queen is made at my main. He's going to inject and move down to my second. And then my first queen is going to put down a creep tumor and move to the third. And then I will make another queen at the main. So you will make 3 queens at your main and essentially move them down. Your first queen will end up at your third, your second queen will end up at your second base, and then your third queen will end up back home. Alright, so get your overlords spread around the map. Always send one to your opponent's gas. You want to scout the gas. Early gas, essentially, 2 early gas, essentially signifies some sort of blink transition, and then on 1 gas, I'm saying, and on 2 gases, it's some sort of Stargate play. Alright, so I forgot to rally my workers there, but we're going to check the income tab and see how well I'm doing. I am ahead in workers, 37 to 33 by the 6-minute mark, and I should really take a huge leap after these next injects come in. I forgot to inject there, and these guys aren't rallied properly, and neither of these guys, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I think I was spreading my overlords around and moving my lings around. But yes, I made a few more zerglings to kill a zealot there. And then take your gases at 6 minutes, of course, and then your third gas around the 7-minute mark. So he's going to start moving out with stalkers, and he will put down a proxy pylon. Looks like he's going to put down more than one. As you see, this guy's going there, and he might put down one on the other end of the map, and this guy is going to put one down somewhere over there. Very popular place for proxy pylons, always near your third. When you do get attacked, that's where you do want to have spines. You don't really need spines at your main or your natural. When you do get attacked, you're going to get attacked by either Void Rays here, or you're going to get attacked by Zealots over here. That's just essentially how most games work. Void Rays will go to your main, The air units will go to your main, so as you see here, I will put down a Spore Queller, because I did see this early gas, and then a Spine over here, rather than a Spine here and a Spore there. Big difference, I think, because a lot of times the ground units will come to your third, it's more easily accessible. As you see here, we have 2 pylons going up, and that's just showing that the ground units are going to come to your third. So I do have exactly 60 drones, that's exactly what I want. Oh, I lost one there, I must have built something. But I do have close to 60 drones, and it is almost the 9-minute mark. And we're going to check our production. I am moving into the Roach production, and this time I'm going to upgrade Ground Carapace 1. Also, I'm going to run up here with my Lings and snipe that off. I upgraded the Ling speed a little bit too late, that's why I don't have it yet. And I'm going to secure this fourth, and then probably take one there. As you see here, he is going to make some stalkers. And I am making a lot of Lings, and this is where I'm going to transition. The reason why I picked Ground Carapace is because I feel like I'm going to transition into mutas, and this is an amazing map for mutas. This is a great map, a lot of easy harass points, and it is very large, hard for a Protoss unit player to actually get to your base because of the map. So I don't have surface speed yet, so I'm not going to engage that. I didn't even see that army there because these vents here, you can't see them. And I'm going to run away. I do have +1 Carapace upgrading. Metabolic boost, Constitution, and a few more Zerglings on the way. Oh, and Burrow as well. So I'm going to engage this when I do have a few more, and when I do have a boost. So what you want to do is try to get this around here. My Roach don't have reconstitution yet, so it's not a good idea to really chase these guys down, but his army is a little bit smaller than mine at the moment, and I have 11 more Roaches on the way, so I'm not too worried. I will try to pick up what I can, because I have a lot of, I do have some income to back this up. As you can see, I have some drones there. I must build buildings, but we'll re-drone up again as soon as I take it. See, I have taken my fourth in the process of taking back. Around the 10-minute mark, you do want to take a macro hatchery. So taking your fourth as your macro hatchery is sufficient. Sometimes I just take a macro instead of the fourth. As you see here, I do have Burrow ready, and he was unable to finish that attack. So I will push, and with these Roaches, you can really just push and end the game here. But again, he might have. It doesn't look like he has any colossus coming out. Actually, I could have probably just pushed and end the game here. He is has ground armor level 1. And this is probably what I should have done, but I don't know. I felt like transitioning into the muta game to essentially make sure I close it out properly. As you see, I stopped getting upgrades. I only have the +1 Carapace, and I did throw up a double Spire for extra upgrades. I see that he didn't have a third here. Essentially, a Protoss player cannot make a third if he is going to commit to an attack, just because of the resources. Won't be able to keep up with that. Keep up with the resources, and he did drone up quite a bit. He's back at 60. I'm going to come in here and try to pick off some tech. I'm going to try to pick off this here. I'm not going to let my Zerglings get on force fields either. I'm going to pick that off, and then pick off the Cyber Core here, and try to run. He should do the force fields there. And kill that Cyber Core, and I took out his take out a Cyber Core forward side. And I should have I could have probably ended the game here, but I don't know. He doesn't have a lot of money. My guys are across the map. I haven't reinforced yet, so I don't feel like he could have exactly pushed. He is at +2. I am at only +1 Carapace. +1 Carapace also will offset his +2, which is actually a good, another good thing, and it will work well with my transition. What I'm going to do here. So I do have my 2 Spires up. I will get Flyer Attack and Flyer Carapace right away, and secure the 4th base and grab as much gas as I can, even if I don't have any guys mining on these minerals. And I will grab a 5th and just possibly just mine the gases, because I do have 3 mining bases. So I do have a lot of Lings. I will throw in some Roaches in there to absorb some of the Zealot damage. And I am starting to mass up mutas. We will check our production again. I have 13 mutas on the way. I'm droning up a little bit more. We can check our income. 62 drones on 3 bases, and I am going to saturate this 4th base. And he's going to take his 3rd as well. So I'm going to move out. I should be moving out, and he's going to see these mutas here. He knows they're coming, and I will be moving out very shortly. And as you see here, I'm going to pick up this pylon here, and then possibly take my 5th base, as you see there. Alright, I have 73 workers, essentially basically the max that you need to facilitate your army. He does have 63, but he is only on 2 bases, and he really needs to get this third up himself. When you do the mutiling build, you really have to keep up on your injects, and you want to have as many macro hatcheries as possible. So I'm going to come down to his third. My mutas aren't upgraded yet, so really don't want to attack quite yet. But I'm going to come in here, waste some force fields, and I do have a pretty large mutant block. So I'm going to come in here and try to do as much damage as possible. Did get some good force fields over, and I should have been focusing down his hatchery. And with his link micro, he is able to fend off a lot of those units. So I will retreat here. We will check our units lost. And he's actually further behind me in the units lost tab. So the resources lost tab, sorry. So I'm not feeling too bad. I am going to reinforce with some more mutas. We will check our production. 4 more mutas on the way. We can just check the units actually. 26 mutas, so that's basically more than a page of mutas, which is definitely a lot. And I'm going to mix in some roaches and more zerglings. As you see here, I'm going to come with these mutas and come back to his third. I have upgraded. They're at 1-1, and I will get the second upgrades for these mutas. And then eventually we'll grab a hive too, so I can get the +3. And when you do get mutas of +3, they are extremely strong. As you see there, I do have my 5th base. I'm going to check my income tab. 75 workers, the max. You don't really need much more than that. And essentially all your extra cash can either go to zerglings or spine crawlers. It is great to just keep throwing down 2 spine crawlers at a time, 3 spine crawlers at a time, and then rebuilding those drones. And eventually you will have a crazy spine wall to run back to as you're harassing with your mutas. Alright, so I'm going to come in with these mutas, I'm going to break these rocks, and I'm going to move my mutas to the second control group as I have 3 there. I'm going to take out as much as I can up here and just harass him. He does have 2 cybernetics scores, or maybe not yet, but he will eventually, I will take out that cybernetics score, probably will build another one. It will stall his stock in play. So I'm going to take that out there, take out as many drones as possible. Check the workers lost. Workers, 26 workers I've killed, and buddy's gonna play 4s. Second. Okay. There we go. So I will take out his High Templar, archive, and then his Twilight Council, so we can't make another one. Just because obviously Archons are very strong at this point in the game against my mutas. But I will reinforce again. We will check the units. Still 34 mutas, which is a lot. I do have 2-2 coming on the way, and 11 more mutas being reinforced. As you see here, I do have a very large buildup of minerals, and I could be building a lot of spine crawlers on the middle of the map, but I am going to take my 6th base. As you see here, I am gonna start mining gas over here. I'm gonna come to his third and try to do some more damage. This block of mutas is pretty scary. It looks like there's actually that much there, but there is quite a few mutas, over 30 mutas, compared to his third mutas, which is 17. It's a lot, considering these mutas do have +2 attack. So we'll take out this cyber core again. And I guess he's gonna have to GG out of the game. Alright, so that's just how you transition from mutas. Alright, so I'm Rim Jainer.